So I decided to make some more videos. Today I'm going to be looking at Enshrouded, and I've been playing a lot of it. So I figured I'd just share some of the things that I like to do. So I'm going to talk mostly about the crafting of Enshrouded and how to make buildings and what I'm going to do and some tips or tricks or whatever you want to call them about how to craft and make your own village. So I thought I'd start out and show you what I got so far. And as of right now, I'm not even
Hello.
sure what level I am, or even how to tell. I think I don't know what level I am. Anyway, I
Hello.
think I'm mid to end game though, mostly mid game. There's still a few areas that need to be explored, and this is what I built so far. And so I have a lot of villagers, a lot of crafters, and so this is my main little building with a little hobbit door. And this is where I have everyone housed because you need a bed for them to sleep in, or else they won't craft for you. So that's where they are, and eventually
Hello.
they'll all have their own space. And so this is the first building I built besides the little bunkhouse. This is my carpenter's house. It's pretty empty. Here's one of my dogs, but you can see here's the carpenter. Got a bed. It's not really furnished. Got a couple floors, got a little hidey spot, and that's really all there is to it. And then over here, I have a barn and a farm. So here I have my seed beds. So in order to plant, you have to have seedlings. So this is all chamomile. So I had to make my chamomile seedlings here in the seed bed. And this is the rooibos seedling. Anyway, and so it's all fenced in because my little goat here would run off. And you can pet him, and if he's got enough food, he'll actually make milk for you, which will increase your stam and health regen. And this is my little plot of dirt with some scarecrows. Here's so this pond was originally here already, but I've modified it a little bit. I added this canal here with the high banks. I added a water source right there, and the reason I did that is I thought it'd be fun. Is I made a waterfall. So over here you can see the outlet, another water source there. Take a look at this at a little bit of a distance. Oh, I fell all the way down. That's okay. You can see my waterfall. So I don't recall there ever being like a waterfall already, so I went ahead and made one. I thought it'd just be fun. And so the cool thing about Enshrouded is it's like, man, I want to say it's like Minecraft like adults, right? I mean, you have so many different building block options. So this is what I've unlocked so far in terms of building blocks. I just opened this yellow luminescent block, and you have all of these that you can make buildings out of, and roads, and all kinds of different things. Like I said, a mid to late game, so you might not have all of these things, but you'll get there eventually. And I just eventually I want to use all of these. Like I want to find a good use for the luminescent block and the blue luminescent block, and we'll talk about like, okay, so I need a bunch of saffron and a bunch of glass. How are we going to farm that? How are we going to get a lot of that for these luminescent blocks? Here over here though is where my blacksmith building is. I have all the blacksmithing stuff. This will
Hello.
eventually be moved. This is how you make linen. And so I just thought, why don't we have just a little cool blacksmithing area with my other black dog. There he is, black dog. And then the blacksmithing rooms in here for the blacksmith. That's a little furnished, not a lot, but we'll get that fixed. And then after I did the hollows, which is basically a dungeon, I had some crafting abilities, and this is my vault where I keep all of my chests, my magic chests, so that I keep all my materials over here, you know, and I keep them separate. Here's all my consumables down here, and then eventually I'll have a room here for this fella, and I have the the big vault doors. Eventually I'll build this out. I'll show you guys how to make the green lantern effect. It's really cool. It's kind of a pain to farm, but I'll show you how I do all the farming for that. And what else do I got? That's really it. Like, here's all my stuff. Like, I don't have rooms for. Like, I have a table saw that needs to go over there in the carpentry area. Got a hand grinder. Got a bunch of just little things. This was my original plot of land for planting. Gonna move that. And then up on top of the vault here, I have a bunch of other crafting benches for different things, and eventually they'll all be in their own little room. Beehives for honey, statue, and then I built this a little observation so I could kind of see everything. And then I made a little Mario down there a while ago, just for fun, out of flower pots. So yeah, eventually this is going to be a big old village, and I'll have roads that all lead to like a central area that will be lit. I built it next to this architecture, which is the Flameborn architecture. I don't think I have unlocked this, if it's unlockable, but every so often this flame source will allow you to farm sparks out of it. So, and I'll eventually build around this. Right now my altar is level 4, which gives me a 160 by 160 by 160 unit crafting area for all my buildings and stuff like that. 160, 160 by 160. So the one thing I will say right off the bat is that when you go into crafting mode, you will see a yellow line at your boundaries of your property. It goes way down there, and you can see a little bit of it there, but here's the line, and I think I have the biggest property available. You'll start with smaller, but eventually, as you upgrade your flame for a particular area, it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So I have all this space to build buildings and roads and new village and all that good stuff. And it's quite big. There's quite a lot of space here for me to be able to build on. So anyway, like I said, I thought it'd be fun to start making some videos again, kind of pushing for those 2,000 subscribers. I just thought it'd be fun. I don't think I'll ever make money doing this, but I enjoy it. My kids like it. And my next video will be running through a hollows so we can farm materials for all these green lights, right? Because you have to have ectoplasm to be able to have all these lights. And eventually when I put in this room, which is going to be kind of like right here, or maybe just over here, I haven't decided yet, but it's going to have green lights as well. So we're going to need a lot of ectoplasm. So my next video will be, where I farm ectoplasm, the easiest to do it, the easiest way to do it, and we'll be talking about that in the hollow. We're going to be doing it in, I think, what is this? This is the Springlands Hollow Halls, and that's where we'll be doing that. But hope you watch it, hope you enjoy it. If you like it, sub. If not, sub anyway. Because it's clicking buttons. Clicking buttons is fun. But this is my map. This is where I'm at so far. Got a lot of the map, but there's still a lot to discover. So I'm still pretty stoked to play this game. I'm loving this game. In terms of survival, the only other game that I liked more in this was Conan Exiles. But there's so many weapons here that you can use, and play styles, and the skill tree. Um, it's very robust, and they're coming up on their 1.0 release soon, and I'm excited for that. So again, just like, sub, and we'll catch you on the flip side.